Today on Swarm News, Vettle shows off some new merch, Mini starts her subathon, and more on Swarm News. Welcome to Swarm News. In the Swarm News Network studio, I'm host Mr. Seahorse.
And I'm your co-host, Freddy.
And today, we have a ton of topics to cover, so let's get right into it. Freddy, take it away.
On the 7th, Vedal announced that Neuro was feeling unwell and had to delay stream. Afterwards, he said he had to cancel stream altogether. The day after, he said the twins were fine but had to cancel the stream again because of the amount of time he spent fixing them. This is likely related to Evil's location incidents. The schedule was fine again by the 9th.
Thank you, Freddy. Now let's get into some new info we have on Vettle's merch. On Monday, the 29th, in the Vettle dev stream, Vettle announced that with the typhoon that hit East Asia and a national holiday in October, the lava lamp shipments will be delayed to around mid-October. And speaking of merch, Vettle also announced that the emote keychains are in the works. If you watched the Swarm Brief episode, we talked about the keychains, and from what we saw, there are two that were showcased. Well, three, I guess. The first one is a signature look of superiority. The second one is two-sided Neuro Evil keychain. On the Neuro side, it has a very cute Neuro on it, with a nuke in the background. Very fitting. On the Evil side is Evil, with a flowery scenic view of Mount Swarm. Vettle also announced getting some merch that will be on the neuro.shop permanently for people to buy, which will be pretty cool. We'll update you when we get more info on that as we get closer to the release date of the merch. Freddy, back to you.
Now on to some Minion news.
On September 27th, Minnie's subathon started, called Minithon. Let's take a look at what her sub-goals are, and what she has completed so far, as well as what you can do to contribute to the Minithon. Let's start with how to raise the timer. So for one Tier 1 sub, it adds 1 minute to the timer. For a Tier 2 sub, it adds 2 minutes to the timer. For a Tier 3 sub, it adds 5 minutes to the timer. For 500 bits,
eggs!
It adds 1 minute, and a $5 dono adds 1 minute. Now let's take a look at the sub-goals for this subathon, which the art was made by Chrchie. On to you, Freddy.
At 333 subs, Minions write a tweet. At 1,000 subs, MinionSona creator. At 1,500 subs, she'll change her trader profile picture. At 2,000 subs, TikTok likes deep dive. At 2,500 subs, Mini does impressions. At 3,000 subs, Minion pick a movie. At 3,333 subs, upcoming project leaks. At 5,000 subs, duet with Ellie. At 6,000 subs, painting with PawCam. At 7,000 subs, Minions pick a dance. At 8,000 subs, scuffed model debut. At 9,000 subs, learn GeoGuessr. At 10,000 subs, she'll prank call her friends. At 12,000 subs, Minions tournament. At 14,000 subs, take Minions clubbing. At 16,000 subs, Minions design merch. At 18,000 subs, record GPS voice lines. At 20,000 subs, try to learn a code. At 23,000 subs, drinking with friends. At 26,000 subs, Minions plushie. 30,000 subs, VR karaoke. At 33,333 subs, Mini 3.0 mod.
Thanks for the info. Now let's get into some Cerber news.
On September 29th, Cerber's subathon ended. It started with 21 sub-goals up to 25,000 subs, ranging from song cover with MinikoMew to a charity auction to watching paint dry. By day 4, they'd already reached 18,000 subs. Beginning on June 11th, Cerberthon lasted 72 days, with a whopping 64,309 subs total. Cerber ended the Cerberthon with a heartfelt cover of Blossom by Porter Robinson.
You've taken me with you. Can I slow the days? I wish that I'll find the faith. I'll die and I'll save your place, and you'll never suffer. So at last, good Oh man! Oh my goodness! Oh my gosh, what are we gonna do?
They call him Kipper. Kipper the dog. The dog with the slipper. That's Kipper.
Oh, didn't see you there. On October 1st, Ellie released a slipper called the Codebug Slipper, and it's almost halfway to the petition goal. It's currently at 169 raised with a target of 200. Swarm, that's rookie numbers. Help her out. If you're able to, go pledge for the slipper. The link will be in the description.
On September 23rd, Vedal simp Hanakyo, with a tweet on September 26th and on a stream September 29th, announced that she had officially quit her job and is going full-time.
If you guys didn't know already, I am now a full-time streamer! Wow! Wow! Well done, Hanakyo! Congratulations on quitting your job and being unemployed! Wow, amazing! So yeah, if you guys didn't know, we are now a full-time streamer. Yes, I told you guys it was the opposite of graduation.
This announcement comes as no surprise for Hanekyo's regular viewers, as she has expressed how much she dislikes her job, how it's affecting her health, and repeatedly making jokes about quitting. Swarm News Network reached out to Hanakyo asking how she made the decision to go full-time and got the following statement. Job was poo-poo, working 3 a.m. shifts, plus not giving me shifts frequently as I wanted. But streaming was fun, and I made my own shifts. And doing both was kind of exhausting, especially since I wanted to grow, and not being able to be consistent was harming my growth and stopping me from making the content I want to make.
Thank you, Freddy. Now let's get into today's world news. For today's world news, it's National Moldy Cheese Day, National Angelfish Day.
It's also Leif Erikson Day. Hinga-dinga-durgan.
That's all the news for now. Make sure to join the SNN Discord to stay up to date with what's going on with SNN. Stay tuned for the next episode, and be sure to follow us on our socials. We recently added a couple to our collection, so be sure to check them out.